Katelyn Tuohy scratched earlier. See, I think I spire there on the left side of the screen, so perhaps just doing one race today is Tuohy. 2022 outdoor 5K champion at NC State. Final instructions being given here. There's Katelyn Tuohy.
Katelyn, such a tenacious competitor, fun athlete to watch, powerful runner, eats up the track. See a lot of her grit come from her storied cross-country career. Happy to see her back out here this evening. But I'd say a notable absence here, AJ, is Sifan Hassan. But I guess when you're getting ready to run the 15, 5, 10, and marathon, you better start training.
I'm sure she has a plan, and a good one. And unfortunate for us, we can't see part of that here today. Still a very talented field. See Sam Bush, #1 hip sticker on the inside rail. And what Hassan has done in her career is simply spectacular. Remember the most recently Chicago Marathon. Set the second fastest women's marathon of all time. Reset the Chicago Marathon record, of course. Chicago coming up here in October.
I was actually just looking at the fall marathon schedule the other day, noticing that Chicago is a couple weeks later than usual on the 3rd weekend of October this year.
You hopping in any marathons soon, Will? Is that on your schedule?
I haven't lost any bets recently, so no.
Well, good for you. Good for you. Keep,
I leave marathons to stronger people than myself.
Maybe you'll catch that bug at some point.
You know, I'm never going to say never, but I ran one once upon a time, and that seemed adequately long. That was enough. One was enough. You
Sam
never
Bush out in the front here. We'll circle back on that a year or two from now.
Circle back.
See the mindset.
Requested pace in this women's 5,000 is 15 flat. I think maybe with the absence of Hassan, there might have been some reevaluating there. We're looking at just over 73 second average right now. 74 flat for Sam Bush on that last lap. 72 flats, as we all know. 15 flat pace. Bush coming through 800 and about 226, 227. So that's 73, 74 pace. Sensible early pace for this field. Obviously, a lot of women excited to attach themselves to that early on. There's no gaps amongst this top 10 to 12 athletes. Abbey Cooper there in the yellow over black for New Balance. Hannah Steelman. Kayley DeLay.
Bush coming off an NCAA Outdoor Championships appearance. Final of the 5,000, 16:04. Tuohy sits in right behind. Everybody very much in the proceedings here early, not too laborious a pace. 74-72 the first 2 laps.
Our top
Kayley
13 here. Sorry, our top 13 here are just separated by about 2.5 seconds. But this train is very much intact and headed for glory, AJ.
relaxed at the moment. Got Buchalski in this as well. So in that front four. Not only Buchalski, Brooks Beast Track Club. Kayley DeLay, her teammate, right in front. 74 on that last split.
At this pace, there will definitely be some attrition as the pack starts to splinter, but I love the early commitment from these ladies. Just get in line. No gaps between you and the person in front of you. Keep the train together. There's strength in numbers. 9:30 in the evening. Most of these ladies are probably usually going to bed at this time, not ripping a 5K. Hopefully there's a coffee shop open nearby to keep them all caffeinated and awake. Very much
especially
up to the task.
Who train on Eastern time zone, nearly
Absolutely.
1 a.m. on their body clock.
Caitlin Tuohy looking very up to the task this evening, just relaxed. Emily Pritt there on the infield. Pritt engaged to NC State assistant coach Ryan Hill. So very, very involved with the career of Caitlin Tuohy. Caitlin looks fantastic sitting there in second place. One of the benefits when you're in one of these trains, AJ, of being up front is that you don't deal with the accordioning that can sometimes happen of the when people come back, like, congeal and then stretch out and come back together. When you're up front, you're just running that consistent pace, which is the most efficient way to run quickly. About just over 6 minutes through 3K. Very strong running from the front from Caitlin Tuohy.
Well, when it's single file like this here, Will, in the middle of the race, would you rather be Tuohy in this situation or Kayley DeLay sitting right behind in second, letting Tuohy handle the work up front?
I haven't run many 5Ks, but I've been in both positions. And depending on how fit you are, there's a good and better place. I think Katelyn right now looks, by virtue of putting herself first person behind the pacer, committing early, how strong she looks right now. There's a confidence in that style of running. As you see DeLay now getting passed by Buchalski, Hannah Steelman, and I imagine Abbey Cooper is going to go around. The cracks in her armor now very apparent. Caitlin Tuohy looks as she did 2 or 3 laps ago, which is to say rock solid, efficient, not a lot of very minimal side-to-side movement, up to the task. That group that was 13 deep 3 laps ago is now whittled down to 4. 71 on that lap from Caitlin Tuohy. That's what we're seeing. That change in pace is going to break this thing wide open.
Tuohy coming off a 12th place finish at the Olympic trials, went 15:33. It was a personal best in the 5,000 of 15:03. That was at Hilmer Lodge Stadium in Walnuts in May of last year. Tuohy leads the pack of 4 here. 7:55.
Explains why she looked so comfortable. Had this game plan clearly all along of sit behind the rabbit comfortably. When the rabbit steps off, step on the gas. You can sort of see Hannah Steelman, that head starting to go back, the effort starting to show on her form. Kayley DeLay, who was with that group just 1 lap ago, now falling back substantially. Caitlin Tuohy, again, you can just tell how strong she is from that angle. Enforcing her will on those behind her. Again, where would I rather be now? I'd rather be Caitlin Tuohy. She looks incredible.
Yeah, this field was whittled quickly. Tuohy has gone to work. 71-2, 71-8 the last 2 laps. Buchalski, Steelman, and Abbey Cooper looking to hold on. Cooper slightly losing some ground as well. This may be whittled to 3 here momentarily. 5 to go at 9:07.
72.2 on that lap, so slowing ever so slightly. I think, Katelyn looking obviously comfortable and confident out front. Buchalski, the only one to stick right on her heels. Just a gap starting to form back to Hannah Steelman. What's Abbey Cooper going to do in this sense? Oh, she moves out, goes around Steelman. Cooper, such a tenacious and gritty competitor. Olympian in her own right. All-American at Dartmouth. This is where this race just gets so hard, AJ. I can almost feel the burning and pain in my own stomach right now, knowing what these ladies are going through.
What a battle this is. Both Tuohy and Buchalski, finalists in the 5,000 of the trials. On the same track once again. Steelman looking to hold on. Getting a little tougher. Less than 4 to go. Cooper, I beg your pardon.
With every one of these splits, the average pace being driven further and further towards that 72 pace. We're at 72.9 average over the last 9 laps. Tuohy, Buchalski, Cooper is your top 3 right now. Hannah Steelman, a distant fourth, but if we've seen anything in some of the earlier races, maybe not to be counted out just yet. This is tough running from Katelyn Tuohy. Tough running. Allie Buchalski looks incredibly relaxed right behind her as well.
Tuohy and Buchalski look to be the 2 in contention now as they've put 10 meters on Abbey Cooper in 3rd. See what this last lap split is. 2 to go. 71 on that last lap for Tuohy and Buchalski. 73 for Cooper. And now Tuohy. About 5 or so meters. Katelyn Tuohy trying to put this one away, gaining ground on Buchalski, who finished in front of her at the Olympic trials 3 weeks ago. Katelyn Tuohy, the 4th-time NCAA champion. So much potential, so much already proven, so many more goals moving forward. Now looking to make a statement here in Los Angeles, not long after her most recent appearance in Eugene.
Now, AJ, as we've been talking about through a couple of the races already this evening, the weight of the trials is now behind Katelyn Tuohy. Putting all of that fitness to work right now. She's just cruising away from Allie Buchalski, who's an incredible athlete in her own right. But Katelyn Tuohy right now showing that she is the class of this field. Going into 2 laps to go, with every stride moving further and further away from her competition. 72.3 there, so I would have thought that lap was a bit quicker, honestly, with the distance that she's put between herself and Buchalski. But Katelyn Tuohy still looking very strong, having been the first finisher for this entire race and on her own for the last 5 laps. The mental strength that this takes, AJ, is incredible.
Yeah, Buchalski, fabulous runner in her own right, slipping to 75.2 on that last lap. Buchalski from 71.8 to 75.2. Tuohy holding low 70s, continuing to gain ground. Has only raced twice this year, Will, and those were the heats in the finals of the 5,000 at the trials. She gets in good form. Watch out.
Yeah, we're clearly seeing that, fitness was not the issue with Katelyn Tuohy at the trials. There's something else going on before that prevented her from racing, but it's fantastic to see her back. She's such a talent. As she shifts gears a bit, you love to see it. You go from running to sprinting. In high school, she was one of America's sweethearts. winning absolutely everything. A storied career at North Carolina State. Team titles, individual titles. Helping Coach Hennis build that incredible program out there in North Carolina State. And now with 200 meters to go, unhitch the trailer, go to work.
You saw what a team player she was at cross-country nationals, the emotion she had. Didn't have the best day, but did enough to help her team win the title. And now, since then, moving forward as an individual, has captured headlines all throughout her high school, collegiate, and professional career. So much more to come for Katelyn Tuohy. And here tonight in Los Angeles, a business-like effort. Low 15s here in the final effort. Katelyn Tuohy, just her third 5,000 of the year, crosses the line in 15:07, her fastest time of 2024.
That result puts a smile on my face, AJ. It's just great to see her back running confidently and running within, a shake of her personal best. I know an athlete like Katelyn Tuohy, she sees herself more in that probably 14:30 realm for 5K. It's what she wants. It's where she wants to be. She's not right there right now, but what an incredible performance. Confident.
Seeing 15:07.12 officially, just 4 seconds off of her personal best. Yeah, getting back into that form, her goals and aspirations becoming more clear by the week. Buchalski, second place, 15:12. Abbey Cooper, third, and 15:21.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see someone like Katelyn Tuohy line up in Berlin later this summer after the games, or some of those, late season European races, and take another big chunk out of her personal best. Hopefully she keeps training, keeps focused, draws inspiration from this performance as well as from her training and from the performances of her teammates and training partners. But great running there from Katelyn Tuohy. That was absolutely terrific. Careful around the eyes, Katelyn.
Well, our final competition of 2023 was the U.S. Championships. Finished 7th in 15:15, and hadn't run a 5,000 again until the trials. This, her first 5,000 since that, of course. And you could just see the confidence grow throughout the course of this race. Thought I saw a brief smile from her, too, as she got ready for the bell lap. Really enjoyed this one. You see the joy right now as well. 15:07.12 for Katelyn Tuohy, who has a fabulous career ahead.
I got a question for you, AJ. How many 5,000 meter runners does it take to open a bottle of champagne?
I would join in on the joke, but I would be roasted by many friends who have seen me struggle to open a champagne bottle.
The limit does not exist. The limit does not exist, AJ. Something to note here that I think is special. So in the early stage of the race, obviously, remember that we had some help from Sam Bush up there in the front as pacemaking. Bernard, come on, man, get that thing open. But after Katelyn Tuohy took over, after 2,000 meters, there was not a lap run over 72 seconds. Nothing in the 73s. Everything between 70 and 72. So fantastically consistent running, strong running from Katelyn Tuohy. Welcome back.
Well said. Look at those final splits there from Tuohy. Yeah, that final lap 70.89. She's winding down, all smiles. And they're still having trouble with that bottle.
Yeah, maybe that's the stunt bottle.